So in this video, we're going to be looking at practicals for Java variables. So in Java, we're going to look at a short, we're going to look at a byte, we're going to look at an integer and a long, we're going to look at a float and a double, we're going to look at a character and a string, we're going to look at booleans, we're going to look at an array, we're going to look at a class and an object. Okay, so in Java, we don't have modifiers, so we end on class and object. So the program I have opened is Eclipse because I'm going to be using the Eclipse IDE for all Java features. So the first program I built was when we wrote our first computer program. So I went ahead and created a project called variables. Inside variables, I created a class called variables also, which is this class here, and a package. I put it under a package labeled var. So the variable or the data type we look at first is a byte. So I'm going to say byte is byte. In Java, we'll say is byte. Let's give it 100. So to print out in Java, we're going to see system dot out dot println. Okay. So I'll terminate, and I'm going to pass in is byte. Okay, I'll save that. Is byte, save, and then I'll run. So we're going to see 100. My byte, we're going to see a short. How a short is programmed in Java. So a short is just simply short also. And you're going to say is short. Then the short, we're going to give it a 200. We're going to say system.out.println. Okay. So in Java, you can use print and println. So the problem will be that if you don't use you can say print. So let's just see what the print does instead of a println. System.out.print. Then we're going to say is short. We're going to save short, and then compile. We're going to see a 200 from a short. So if I removed this print line here, I just said print. Okay, you see they're all going, the output is all going to be on the same line. So now for us to create a new line, okay, the line actually stands for new line. So we do a print line so that our outputs can be on separate lines. So after a short, you're going to have an int. So an int in Java, you're going to say is int as well. Is int, we're going to give it a 3000. We're going to say system.out.println and close this. You're going to say is int. We're going to save. Then, okay, we're going to run. Then we have a 300,000. 3,000 or 300,000. So then from int, I'm going to look at a boolean. Maybe from int, no, let's look at a long. Okay, a long. From a long, I'm going to say is long, and I'm going to say, because maybe we'll give it 300,000 now, because a long is actually, it has a bigger range than an integer. Okay, so I'm going to say system.out.println. After I do a print line, you're going to say is long. So if you do is long, we're going to have a 3000, so it runs successfully. So that's how you write a long. And from there, I think we can also look at a float. So when you're writing a float or a decimal number in Java, you're going to say is float, the variable name. So float, let's make it maybe 2.555. You do that. So if you see that we still have an error, that's because in Java, if you're writing a float, you have to put an extension of f or a postfix of f at the value to show that it's a float. So we're going to say system.out.println, and you're going to say is float. So is float. Okay, if we run is float, we're going to see 2.55 and it runs like that. Okay, so in this video I've looked at a byte, a short, an int, a long, and a float. So in the next video we're going to look at some more data types.